If there's one deadlift fault that everyone does, this has to be it. Everyone that I've assessed on a deadlift still kind of does this issue. So if you look at the deadlift here, for us, we finish the deadlift and we stay within our range of motion, our mobility, which is range of motion under tension. All that means is that when the muscles turn off, you've gone too far. So if you look right here, the biggest issue that I see is that when people finish the deadlift, they arch, they lean back. You see that right there? They drive, overextend their lower back. I'm not doing it too much, which I should have exaggerated, but some people pinch their shoulder blades together and pick their chest up. So this is a huge issue. Why? Because the goal is we want to keep all the right muscles on, and then right around here, when all of the tension is gone, because I'm thrusting my hips through to finish the rep, my shoulders go behind the bar, I'm really just arching my low back in a disengaged type of way. Also, people always say get your hips through and flex your glutes. So I might have been using the right part of the glute here to here with the hamstring, but to thrust my hips to fully open up, which everyone does, then I switch from using the glute and the hamstring to the outside of the hip, or the outside glute, right? Which isn't good. But you'll also see that driving back, I switch to my erectors and lower back like that, and you'll see that there's a lot less tension, especially when you guys look for it, try it out. When I feel my lats and my upper body muscles turn off. Okay, so this is the issue we see, is people finish the rep like this. I think I know where it comes from. In CrossFit for us is like we have to get full range of motion, or for the rep to count, shoulders behind the bar, hips through, right? Also in powerlifting, there's rules for it to count. But what we tell our clients and members is that we're not training for a sport. We want to get the most out of the deadlift. So our end range of motion is where I'm at a max flex. So that's it for me right there on the left. My glute and my hammy and my VMO and quads, my lat, my pec, everything is on. Nothing shuts off here in my lockout. So I want you guys to see where that is on your deadlift. When you get to the top, whether it's dumbbells, kettlebells, or barbell, at a max flex, keep these muscles on. Why it's important is because you then get to keep all the right muscles on when you start to lower, which is a big issue. So you take a look on the right, where now, if you look at this type of lockout, watch my knees shift right here, things like that. When I lock out, they don't stay engaged. My leg muscles turn off. See that? I just thrust my hip forward, and now there's nothing happening here and here. So on the way down, right here, I start to bend without any tension. Compared to the left side right here, I'm actually hinging because my leg muscles stayed on. So right around here, my glutes are engaged, my lats are still on, my quads are still engaged, everything, there's still tension. But if you look at this one, I just kind of drop down. And if you look at my knees here, there's really no control. It's just like bending at my lower back. And then in this position, I'm actually hinging and I feel tension through the full pull. So on my next rep, see this one just kind of collapses forward. You guys see that? The knees just shoot forward and I drop. And then I bounce up, disengaged. So I still get a solid leg and glute drive on that second rep. And look how far down my chest is, because everything already collapsed. I'm actually in an engaged position still for that second rep. So if you look, come down, come back up. So make sure you don't overextend and fall under some general rule of for the rep to count. It doesn't even make sense if you're not a power lifter and or a CrossFit competitor. But even then, this is a better way to train because you're keeping all the proper muscles on the whole time. So the easiest way to test that is hold your deadlift at the top and then give it time. See what muscles are on. I guarantee you're going to have a hard time finding that inside hammy, that VMO, the big part of the glute, the lat, it's probably just going to sit in your hip flexor, lower back, forearms, and neck. But give it a try. Let me know how it goes.